Okay, welcome everyone to the How to Set Up and Use WhatsApp Calls on Respond.io webinar. Today we have here is Nana. She is an expert when it comes to WhatsApp calls or any call channel on Respond.io. So she'll be the one teaching you all how to use WhatsApp calls on Respond.io. All right, take it over.
Thank you, Tyler. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. I am Nana, one of the technical product managers here at Respond.io. Super excited to give you a walkthrough of this WhatsApp business calling API, a feature that we've been working on closely with Meta. So here's a quick walkthrough, a quick look at what we will cover today. We'll start with how WhatsApp calls work with Respond.io, where we'll show you what's required and how to set things up, followed by the live demo, where we'll be showing you how to make and receive a WhatsApp call in Respond.io. And then next, we'll also expand a bit on how WhatsApp call pricing charges work. And last but not least, a short Q&A session. So feel free to drop your questions in the chat throughout, and we'll pick them up towards the end of this session.
Yep, just to show you an example how the Q&A works. So you just put in your questions in the chat, and we'll compile them until the end of the workshop, where we'll have the Q&A, and I'll be sharing it on screen, for example, like this. All right. So don't hesitate to just ask any question on the chat itself, and we'll get to them by the end of it. Okay, let's start.
All right. Okay, so let's start with how WhatsApp call works in Respond.io. So there are two key places where agents can receive incoming WhatsApp calls. So first, on the left side here is the inbox sidebar. So you see a dedicated tab here that shows all real-time incoming WhatsApp calls in this list. So this will give the agents an overview of who is calling in, and from here, agents can pick up any unassigned calls or those that are unassigned yet. And at the same time, on the right side here, if an agent is already inside the contact conversation, the call will appear here too. So if you notice on the right side, top right side here, we have the calling notifications, and we have a few CTA buttons for you to either decline or accept the call. So here, no matter so here the agents can also pick up through this contact conversation. Then no matter where the agent is, or whether it's inside the inbox sidebar or even within the contact conversation, they can answer the call right away. So something to take note here is that incoming calls can be answered by any agent, but group calls are not supported yet. It's only one-on-one for now. All right, now let's move on to what happened next when you want to initiate a call as a business. So to place a WhatsApp call, you would first need to request permission from the contact, which is from your customers. Now you might be wondering what is this call permission is about, and why do businesses have to get permission requests from the contact, right? So Meta actually introduced this step to help keep the platform safe and spam free. So it's designed to make sure that people only get the calls that they actually want, so your contacts are not suddenly getting any random calls out of nowhere. Think of it like this: we've all gotten those unexpected calls from unknown numbers trying to sell us something, or worse, even scam calls at random hour, right? So that's exactly what this call permission or this feature helps to prevent. Now, before you can send a call permission request, here are the things that you need to have. So first, you have to make sure that your WABA must have at least $10 in the balance. And then there has to be an open conversation, meaning your contact or your customer messaged you in the last 24 hours, and you are only sending one request per contact at a time. So once you send the request, so okay, on the top right here, right, there is this request permission button. So if you hit this button, this will instantly send a permission request to your contact. And on the contact perspective, they will see a simple prompt asking if they are okay to receive a call from you. So once the permission request is sent, then on the contact perspective, they have two options. So option one is if they approve your request, well, that's a good news because you can instantly call them right away and anytime within the next 7 days. And the best part is you can make up to 5 calls in the 24 hours window. So meaning to say, if you miss them the first time or need to follow up, you don't have to worry because you've got plenty chances to do it. All right, option 2 is if they decline, that means that you won't be able to call them immediately. You need to wait another 24 hours before sending another request, and you can only try again up to 2 times within the 7 days. So the key takeaway here, just make sure that before you want to call your customer, make sure they are expecting your call before you hit the request button. That will help things to go smoothly. All right, next up, I'll show you how to actually place a call once permission is granted. So again, once your contact has approved your permission request, right, you can make the call immediately or anytime within the next 7 days. So to do this, within the contact conversation, you'll be able to see the call icon on top right here. And then tapping on this will then show you the channels that you are making calls from. In this case, we are making channel from this particular channel here called WhatsApp Business. And then right down below it is the contact phone number. So just tapping on that will then instantly initiate a call with the contact. So once you make a call, you'll be able to see this call card or on the top left, bottom left here. So over here, you can see that you're making a call to this contact called Natalia, and the call duration, the real-time call duration is shown. And to end a call, it is very simple. It's either you or the agent or the contact can hang up at any time. And to do that, you can just simply tap on the end CTA here. So once the call ends, a call or contact event will appear directly in the conversation thread. So as you can see, the latest call or contact event here is contact has accepted the request to start the WhatsApp call. All right, so now before you can start using WhatsApp call, there are a few setup requirements to check off. First, you need to make sure that your phone number must be connected to the WhatsApp Business API, and it is a part of Meta Business portfolio. On the other hand, on Respond.io side, only owners and admins have the ability to enable this feature. So if you're an agent and you don't see it, just check with your workspace admin. So once these are in place, you are ready to enable the WhatsApp calls on your workspace. Now to enable WhatsApp calls, head over to your channel setting for your specific WABA or the WhatsApp number. And then you'll be able to see WhatsApp calls tab on the left section here, the last options, WhatsApp call tab. Tapping on this will then show you all the options that we have. What you'll need to do is you'll see a enable WhatsApp call toggle option. You just need to tap it on and then you are all set. From there, your team can start making and receiving calls as long as all the permission conditions are met. All right, now before we jump into the demo, let's talk a bit about how to track your call activity once all the calls are flowing in. All right, so we have recently just launched Calls Report, which means that you will be able to monitor your team's performance with our built-in reporting. So in our call reports, you'll be able to get insights like the total number of calls being made and received, the duration of each calls, the breakdown of incoming, outgoing, of missed versus answered, and all the detailed activity by the agent. So this insight will help your team to stay on top of performance and make sure that no follow-up is missed. All right, now that, yep.
Could we go back to slide the how to enable WhatsApp calls? There's settings here that can be enabled. Maybe we can elaborate further on this. Like for example, here, allow auto permission requests, allow contacts to call you, these kind of settings as well.
Okay, I'll go into the details of that during the demo. But for now, here, once you enable the WhatsApp calls, the rest of the permission, the rest of the toggles here will be default to yes to, meaning to say the other option here, the first one is allow contact to call you. If that is enabled, meaning to say on the contact perspective, they will be able to see the call button in your business profile within the chat itself. I'll show you in a bit on that in the demo later on. And then if they enable the allow auto permission request also, meaning to say your contact will automatically grant you permission to call them if you miss their incoming call. Does that sounds clear?
Yep, that's
Yep.
super useful. So that means that if a customer calls you and you miss their call, you can automatically call them back without having to send a permission request. So that saves some time.
All right, okay. Now that we have seen how it works and how to set it up, I think we can jump into a quick live demo of this. So in this demo, we'll show you how the end-to-end experience of from requesting a call, getting it approved, and making or receiving the call right from the inbox. So this should give you a clear picture of what the experience looks like from both the agent and the customer side. All right, there you go. Now, first off is to enable WhatsApp call in your channel setting. So head over to workspace setting channels. Just go to your WABA or your WhatsApp number. In my case is, I'll go to this WABA. And then you'll be able to locate the WhatsApp calls tab here, right? So over here, you can see that I've already enabled the WhatsApp call. I think on the contact or on the business perspective, once if you're your first time enabling this will be default to turn off. So just toggle this on and then you can start immediately. So what I'll do next is we can send a call permission request. All right. So in this case, this is the contact. What I'll do is tap on this call icon. Then this is the WhatsApp channels that we are making calls from. And you can just proceed to request permissions. Over here, if you're unsure about the permission or the logic of how this works, you're also educating you how does this permission request work. Then just proceed to tap on this request permission, and that will send a call permission to the contact. So on the contact perspective, on the left side here, you can see that the contact received a simple prompt asking whether they will allow this number to call them. So what I'll do as a contact is so if you tap on that option, you can see they can either accept, which is temporarily allow the call, or reject it. In this case, I'll just accept the request. Then you can see that the call permission request is valid until 17 July. And on Respond.io perspective too, let me just refresh this. You'll also be able to see until when can you call this particular contact with the permission request approved just now. So just proceed to call them by tapping on this option and you'll be able to see this. Right, so on the left side here, this is the contact perspective. I'll just accept the call as a contact and that will initiate a call. Okay, so this is the live durations of the call. And if you want to end the call or hang up the call, either the contact or yourself can do it. In this case, I'll just end it from the business perspective. Then you'll be able to see the contact event within the contact conversation view here. On top of that, if let's say the agent, the contact call you, you can proceed to call them. This is the call button from the contact perspective. As a contact, I'll just call this business. On Respond.io perspective, they will be able to see the call in this incoming calls tab. At the same time, you should be able to hear a ringtone being played in Respond.io inbox as well. I'll just accept this. You also, initiate a call with this agent. So yeah, that's pretty much it on how to accept and make a call from Respond.io.
Yep, pretty simple.
Yes. Now we have covered on how to make a call, receive a call. Let's go over the call reports. So if you head over to our reports, we have a new calls tab under the lifecycle tab here. So this is where you can gauge or get all the details about your calls of your any of your agent performance. Over here, we have a few key metrics. We have total incoming calls, outgoing calls, and what is the average call duration for each call. Further that, we have the incoming calls breakdown for answered versus missed, for outgoing calls, answered versus no answer, and within each of these breakdown, they can further break it down by channel. So for example, I can see that this is incoming call by channels, and for this particular WABA channel, they have 26 calls being received on this particular date, which is, as you can see it here. Right, and then down below that, we have the heat map. So this works similar to how we do it in conversation report, where we show the traffic or the high or low peak volume of call at a specific hour or day in that particular week. And last but not least, we have the detailed call log. So in this detailed call log, for every call that is being made or being received in Respond.io, it will all be tracked. So for example, in this log, we have this contact name, Jeff, and the call being made is incoming call, and it is answered by this agent, for example, and the channels that they are making calls to, and the call duration along with the timestamp. So yeah, this data should help you and your team to stay on top of your performance, make sure that there is no call is being missed. All right, so yeah, that's about it for the demo part.
All right, let's talk about pricing, how much it costs.
Oh yes, let's now talk about pricing. Can you, is my screen stopped sharing already?
Yep.
Okay, great. Okay, now let's talk about pricing because WhatsApp calls is not completely free. So we have two types of charges. First one being is the inbound call. Inbound calls meaning when your customer call you. For the good news for this is that inbound calls are free for almost every country, except for for a few ones here with local restriction. You will be able to see the list of exceptions on the slide here. We have China, UAE, and etc. And another type of charge will be outbound calls. So for outbound calls, it is referring to when your agent initiate the call to a customer. So for outbound calls, businesses are charged per minute, and the rate depends on the customer country. So the pricing is calculated per minute, and the rate can vary quite a bit by region. So for the most accurate rates for now, just reach out to our support team. They'll be happy to share the latest rate for your specific region.
Yep. For now, Meta doesn't allow us to share the pricing publicly at the moment, but you can reach out to our customer team to get that info.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it.
All right. Okay, that's pretty much it. I think we have quite a few questions we can go through already. Let's start.